Ladies and gentlemen, y'all have been bugging me about a specific video game lore to dive into. Now, you know I like me some lore. You know I appreciate all kinds of lore of everything ever. And they're like, have you ever heard of Hades lore? And I was like, Hades? Hades nuts fit in your mouth. And then I immediately responded after that with saying, bro, isn't Hades just Greek mythology? It's not lore. Anyway, Hades is a video game. I'm such an idiot. No, I knew that. But anyway, so Hades 2 just came out. Everyone's talking about Hades, and Hades apparently has a pretty epic story and lore and shit like that. So, baby, we are diving deep into the actual Hades lore. Isn't Hades a VTuber? Yes, Hades is a VTuber, but Hades is also a video game that I'm gonna take my deep dive into the lore. Lord Nuxanor must know all lore, and I have quite a good grip on mythology, so this is gonna be awesome.
Supergiant's indie darling Hades took the world by storm upon its full release in September 2020.
Dude, I love when indie games kill it. I love when indie games succeed. God, more of these, please. Goated game, goated thing. Thank you, Squadch Gaming. Great name.
So much praise was poured on the game that it was put in contention for Game of the Year.
Which is insane, an indie Game of the Year? I'm sorry, I'm just too excited.
Against AAA industry juggernauts that typically hold the nominations for the award. Particular praise was showered on the narrative of the game, which took inspiration from Greek mythology and centers on Zagreus, the prince of the underworld, as he attempts to come.
Is Zagreus like an actual dude? Is Zagreus an actual guy in Greek mythology? I somehow don't even know him. Right? Is he Hades' son or something? Zagreus is a god closely associated with the wine god Dionysus, the underworld and hunting. It's the son of Zeus and Persephone. That's so wild. I didn't even know Zagreus was a guy. Like, I didn't even know he was a guy. And I thought I knew my my Percy Jackson lore. He's fictional? Is he actually just fictional?
Complete the impossible.
Well, I mean, to be fair. Like, mythology is pretty fictional, too. And I'm sorry to insult any religious Greeks in my chat.
Task of escaping from the domain of his father, Hades, to reunite with his mother, who has fled from the underworld to the surface.
Oh my god, I literally read this as Megara, first of the furries, and I was like, the first furry?!
It's through his various escape attempts, the successes and the failures, as well as the conversations he has with those he meets along the way, that he learns the background and history of his family.
Oh shit.
While also working towards reconciling it. Given that the story is told through multiple playthroughs, that the background of...
I love games where they do that, where they don't just give you the whole story in one shot, but to get like the full picture, you have to play it a bunch of times. I love it when games do that.
Everything is told while it progresses, and the fact that there is more of the story to see after the credits roll means most players aren't going to see the story of Hades in its entirety.
Alright.
So let's compile everything together and present it here so that we can see the full story.
Hell
Obviously,
yeah, bro.
Spoilers for the game are ahead, so now's the time for you to click away if you haven't played through the game and want to experience the story on your own.
I am Lord Nuxanor. I must know all the lore. It's a lore hunt? It's a lore hunt, apparently. We are gonna hunt down this lore, baby. I must know all lore.
Which I definitely recommend. But if you're still here and ready, let's get started. Zagreus, the prince of the underworld, was the son of Hades, the god of the underworld, and Nyx.
Hades nuts went in his mother's vagina. Come on, that was very funny.
Knight incarnate.
Yeah, Nyx is not actually a god, right? Nyx is a primordial, 2 generations before the gods. Nyx is even older than the Titans. So, okay, dude, I'm starting to understand. I'm starting to understand why, the art is so good in this game. Oh my god!
Being the presumptive heir to the vast, expansive realm of his father.
What does that even mean, heir? His father's immortal. It's like, bro.
He received lessons in what
Dude, my entire chat is simping for Nyx right now. I'm just saying.
It took to keep the various systems of the underworld running smoothly. But he was never really good at it, much to his father's annoyance. In fact,
bro! Hades with the stash, dude! My god, you know I just have a thing for men with mustaches, right? It's the Oompaville thing all over again. My god. He's beautiful. He's beautiful! Alright, chat. I have one question for you. One question. You don't have to agree, you don't have to disagree, but I just have one question. It's a simple one. A really simple one. Hades the VTuber or Hades the Olympian? Eh? Option A, B. A, B. A, B. A, B. What's our choice? You can only pick one! Hades the VTuber or Hades this guy with the mustache? Damn. It's pretty tight, honestly. Both you guys are pretty even. I'm just saying.
The relationship was pretty strained due to Hades' belief that Zagreus was lazy and lacked ambition.
I mean, probably true. Let's be real. Every dad in the universe thinks their son is lazy.
Hoping to wake something up inside of his son, Hades...
It's like, but Dad, I was literally streaming for 6 hours today. I'm exhausted. You were tired from watching videos on a stream for 6 hours? Back in my day! And it's like, ah, oh, fuck.
Charged the Shade of Achilles, one of Greece's most renowned heroes, with training his son in the martial ways. Something Zagreus immediately excelled at. Yet still, Hades believed him to be foolish, reckless, and irresponsible.
Literally every dad ever. This man is just the caricature archetype of dads. Every dad in human history. I guess in Olympian history, too.
As such, Zagreus never quite felt at home in the House of Hades, and the rumors surrounding his parentage
House of Hades? That's the name of a book!
Help matters either. Rumors that centered on his piercing green eye that wasn't shared by anyone else in his family, or the fact that he bled red, just like a mortal did.
Oh shit.
Implying there was mortal blood in
Alecto. Right, Alecto is a fury, right? One of the furies that tortures people in the underworld.
his veins. Hades never entertained any questions Zagreus had on the topic, so the prince took matters in...
God, dude, I love how they made Hades just like the quintessential dad. It's like, doesn't respect you, thinks you're not working hard enough, thinks you're not responsible enough, isn't gonna actually answer the burning questions about your lineage or heritage, just like quintessential dad.
To his own hands. He convinced Hypnos to put a spell over the house to put everyone to sleep.
Oh.
And then Zagreus snuck to his
Hypnos is the god of sleep, I think, right?
father's desk in the Great Hall,
Morpheus is the god of dreams, Hypnos the god of sleep, I think.
where he hoped to find something that hinted at who he was. As he searched through the other administrative items...
Wait, so is this story of Hades all about Zagreus, the Prince of Hell, trying to find out who he is? It's like a self-exploration type story, and just the setting happens to be hell? Because that's kind of awesome. Yes? Dude, that's so dope! Bro, I love when you'll take like these larger-than-life, godlike figures and then just completely humanize them. I feel like they tell the best stories, because on the one end, you're not expecting them to act like a human every time, but sometimes they'll just do something that's so incredibly human, it'll just... You know, it'll just hit you in the feels, bro.
Scattered on the desktop, he came across a farewell note to his father left by a woman named Persephone.
Oh my god! Bro, Hades was dumped? No! No! Dude, Persephone was, daughter of Zeus, but also I think Hades' wife. Persephone was the wife of Hades, bro. No! Elriz, Hades! Hades, Elriz!
And through what some would call
average dad, am I right?
And others' divine intervention, Zagreus learned that Persephone was his real mother.
No shit. Nyx is an embodiment of the night. Can't have sex with the night, okay? And I'm not talking about masturbating in the darkness.
When he saw Nyx almost immediately after, she confirmed the truth.
Oh shit.
He was not her son.
Damn.
But the son of Persephone.
Dude, that Nyx art is insanely good.
Who had left the underworld to live on the surface. Zagreus had so many questions burning in his head now. But due to a vow that she had made to Hades, Nyx couldn't give him any more information.
Oh my god.
So Zagreus
That's always the dad, bro. Every time.
He was going to find his mother. Having made no vow herself, he was sure she would answer all of his questions. The only problem with that was he would need to escape from the realm of his father to reach the surface, where his mother resided. And according to Hades, no one was allowed to leave his domain.
Why, though? Why though? You're banished to the underworld. We get it. But what about your boy? Why does he need to be stuck down there? I hope we get some like an actual deep dive into the Hades psychology.
Not even the prince.
And bro's like, I know you're 14 years old, but you cannot cross the street yet unless you hold my hand. But Dad, I don't need to hold your hand. I'm 14 years old. You will hold my hand.
So Zagreus was going to have to fight his way out. His path would take him through various regions of the underworld.
Dude, this art style is so good. Oh my god.
Places like
We're only just starting? Alright.
Tartarus, Asphodel.
Right. So Tartarus is the lowest part of hell. Asphodel is it's basically the field where all the tortured souls are working for eternity there. The people that are stuck in the underworld.
Elysium and the Temple of Styx.
Elysium is the best part.
Styx.
The Temple of Styx, I'm not sure if that's a thing in mythology. Styx is the river that, everyone that goes to hell has to go in that river. Sorry, the underworld, not hell, sorry. But they have to go through that river. But I don't know if there's actually a temple there. It's just kind of a gate to go into hell that's guarded by servers.
His early attempts didn't end up going too well, as
He's literally murdering the citizens down there. Like, bro, let him out.
shades that made up the realms, as well as the various
Oh my god, that death screen.
defense mechanisms his father had set up, did well in stopping his advance through the underworld. Although annoyed at the destruction Zagreus caused, Hades entertained his son's foolish notions of his.
Very well, boy, you fool. You may be killing out innocent men. But that's okay. Good luck trying.
I don't know how Hades became Scooby-Doo, but god damn, he's just looking at me a certain way. He's just giving me that male gaze. Look at that stash, bro.
Escape, convinced he would give up after a few deaths. However,
After a few deaths.
showing a determination that Hades didn't know was in his son.
That's interesting, right? Because Hades is immortal, right? He literally can't die, but Zagreus can die. He'll regenerate, but he will die. Is that canon?
Zagreus refused to give up and continued his escape attempts. While his father tried to stop him, there were others that supported his escape attempts.
Dude, that is a big mommy. I mean mother. I mean lady. Editor, fix my sentence, please!
Knowing Zagreus would
I'd be concerned if you weren't such a bitch.
Hades, probably. True.
need assistance, Nyx reached out to the Olympians, informing the gods that they had a family member in the...
Dude, I was under the impression that Nyx would, at least in, mythology lore, I was completely under the impression that Nyx is completely unseated of her powers. She's banished to the depths of the underworld, but she has no communication with the gods. At least that was my impression. I mean, obviously they could take creative liberties, but sure.
depths of Hades that wanted to escape and come live with them on Mount Olympus, hiding the truth of Zagreus' journey for a reason she wouldn't reveal to the prince. When the Olympians heard of his quest, they offered boons of their power to Zagreus.
Oh shit. Why were the Olympians so excited to get Zagreus out of hell? I'm sorry, the underworld! You don't have to correct me every time I say that. But why were they so excited to get him out of there? Like, why do they care if he's not there anymore? Unless Persephone specifically wanted him to leave? Sorry. For fun? To party? He's their cousin and nephew? Yeah, and he's with his dad, okay?
Strengthening
More than you could say for some other people.
him and giving him a little extra push to complete his escape. But these power-ups were only temporary, expiring when Zagreus died and re-emerged in the pool of Styx in the House of Hades.
Honestly, that's so cool. That is such a cool lore dive, right? He would get these power-ups and things, which act as just, the obvious power-ups. But every time he dies, he has to come back out of here and he doesn't have any power-ups. It's like a lore explanation for how the respawn system works. And that's really dope. I love when games do that.
And they alone weren't enough to get him through the underworld. Again, Nyx came to his aid. She gave Zagreus a mirror where he could use solidified darkness he'd collected in the underworld to improve various aspects of his being.
Yo! She's his maiden! He's not maidenless, baby! Within the infinite dark, everything.
And unlike the boons offered by the Olympians, these darkness upgrades were permanent.
Ooh.
Thus, each
It's the stats. It's like the actual stat screen.
time he was defeated, Zagreus came back a little stronger, thanks to the power of darkness, and wiser, thanks to his gained experience in traversing the dangers of the underworld.
Dude, what a freaking dope plot. I love when they tie in gameplay mechanics to like the actual lore of the game, right? He's immortal. He'll keep being revived in this river Styx every time he gets killed. And he will know the layout a little bit better, just like you, the player, know the layout a little bit better. He will have these permanent upgrades through the freaking Mirror of Darkness, and bro just has to get good. That's what it's all about. Hades kept Zagreus being alive as a secret to all the Olympians. Alright, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But my bro is gaming the meta. He is literally meta gaming. Meta this, meta that. Have you ever met a woman before? Alright, let's keep going.
And battling their denizens. And eventually, he fought through the Furies that guarded the exit of Tartarus.
Hell yeah.
Destroyed the bone hydra that lied in the lava pools of Asphodel.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter wanted to bone a Hydra also, and that was like, I don't know. It was a little much for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not a scaly.
Defeated the hero Theseus and the mighty Minotaur in a 1-on-2 fight in Elysium.
Bro, that's so dope. Like, these are actual things that he's done, but why is Theseus in hell? I mean the underworld.
And bribed his way past his loyal canine companion Cerberus in the Temple of Styx
Hell yeah.
to finally reach the surface.
Are you telling me that he actually reaches the surface and that's not the end of the game?
But there was still one more trial he had to overcome.
He has to beat his dad.
Waiting for him, there in the cold winter night, was Hades.
Of course. Damn, bro, look at that helmet. That helmet is almost as cool as his mustache.
His father, who had personally come to stop his son from escaping.
Bro, this is just the Toriel moment. Toriel says to the main character of Undertale, "Oh, you cannot leave."
However, Zagreus wouldn't be stopped. Not by anybody. And so, whether it was the first time they battled, or the 40th.
Right? Because every time he gets wiped out, he has the determination to get up again.
Eventually, Zagreus was able to do the impossible and defeat the god of the underworld, sending him back to his house,
Bye!
the Pool of Styx.
Bye!
With
Bye!
his final obstacle conquered, Zagreus finally set out to find his mother.
I would have thought that was the end of the game. I'm so surprised that there's more after this. I thought the whole game was leave hell. That was the whole actual experience that I got.
He walked through the night, watched the sun rise for the first time over the domain of his uncle.
The domain of his uncle Zeus.
Then found a green garden standing.
Little does he know, Zeus is also his grandpa, right? Because Zeus's daughter, Persephone, is the wife of Hades, right? And his mother. So he is technically a grandson of Zeus. Unless I'm mixing up the lore here. But I think it's something like that.
As an island against the harsh winter. Here, standing outside a quaint cottage, Zagreus found his mother.
Oh
While
my
he was
God.
immensely happy to have found her, the joy Persephone felt when she saw her
Yo, why is she so old? Huh? Isn't she supposed to be immortal?
son was indescribable.
Wait, Persephone didn't even know that her son was alive? Oh my God. Yo, you died. You died. Those burning feet, they sputtered out when you were born. But now you're standing here before me out. So Hades kept Zagreus a secret from even his own mother. Brother. Dads, am I right?
As she believed he died in childbirth.
Holy shit.
The fact that he was standing before her alive and well was a miracle. The two spent some time together where Zagreus told her of what led him here. But before he could get the answers he so desperately wanted from her, their reunion was cut short.
Uh-oh.
As Zagreus suddenly weakened, then died.
All that time trying to get out of the underworld, fighting against the armies of the underworld itself, facing the Minotaur, Theseus, his own father. He walks out, he literally touches grass and died. This is why I don't touch grass. This is why I don't touch grass. I mean, he's somehow condemned to live his life eternally in the underworld? Prince of Hell? Well, come on, man!
Being inextricably linked to the underworld, he couldn't be outside of that realm for long before the fates ushered him back to his home.
Holy shit. That's awful.
Just before he left, he promised
So is his dad keeping him safe in the underworld? Was that like the whole thing?
his mother he would return to her soon.
Bro.
He was under the assumption that his father would allow him to go freely to her, now that he had escaped and defeated him in battle.
Bro, he beat him in battle. Literally beat him in battle.
Yet Hades, perhaps having his pride hurt by being bested by
No.
his lazy, unambitious, good-for-nothing son, completely ignored what transpired between the two of them on the surface and still refused to...
No! He gaslighted him into believing it never happened. You're late, boy. Do you have any idea what time it is? He's like, but I literally beat you. I literally defeated you to escape. What do you mean? Nonsense. Don't you think I would recall such an event? Oh my god, this bitch. Look at this fucking unbelievable. Holy crap. Bro, no one leaves the Nightosphere, I guess. But come on, man.
Let Zagreus freely leave his domain.
Literally doesn't want to admit his defeat. It's like, oh, Dad, I finally beat you in basketball for the first time. I don't remember that happening. What do you mean? I just beat you in basketball. I mean, aside from the fact that my arm was injured and I was playing with my eyes closed, this also didn't happen at all. It's like, bro!
Despite his father's continued resistance,
You can't be serious. You're gonna pretend as though it never happened. She wants answers, same as I do. She demands you let me pass. Let me go.
Zagreus
What do you
fought his
mean?
way through the underworld several more times, and it was through these repeated escape attempts and visits with his mother that Zagreus learned of
Wait, do you actually have to play through the whole underworld again every time you want to leave?
his past and the past of his parents.
Bro, she's just standing there, waiting to tell the story. She's just standing there, being like, oh, hey, let me quickly tell you what's going on. So it all started when I boned your dad, and then he dies again. And then he has to go through the underworld again. He's like, okay, and then I got pregnant, and the child pain. That was very difficult pregnancy. And he dies again. Then he has to run back out.
It all started with Persephone. Born to Demeter, the goddess of seasons, and an ordinary mortal man,
Nani? They changed the lore. They changed the mythology. Wait a second. Yeah, Persephone, the queen of the underworld, was the daughter of Zeus and Demeter. So, damn, alright. Okay, so let's go. Daughter of Zeus and Demeter, but here, I guess the daughter of Demeter and a normal man. So she's only a demigod, Persephone, in this story. So if she's only a demigod, that explains why she's old. But that also would explain why perhaps Zagreus is semi-mortal. Because he's 3/4 god. He's a quarter human. So maybe that explains it. That's interesting. Also, they literally ruined the incest arc. Bro, we were so close. So close.
she was called Kore by her mother as she lived on Mount Olympus amongst the other gods of the Greek pantheon.
Yeah, she was one of the, she's one of the 12, right? No. Yeah? Is she one of the 12 Olympians? Who are the 12 Olympians? Zeus, Poseidon, Hera, Demeter. Yeah, she's one of the 12 Olympians. So she's living on Olympus.
But she was deeply unhappy there, due to the attitudes of the other gods and her mother's treatment of her. Her unhappiness was known to Zeus, who devised a plan to help Persephone, but also in a way to help himself.
Yeah, he
Since
marries
being
her
his
off
brother-
to Hades! God damn, bro. They all just look... The art is so good for every single character in this game. That's insane.
Had adopted their respective domains, Zeus always felt guilty that he got the sprawling heavens and Poseidon
Got the seas, and his brother, Hades, got the freaking dirt.
gained the vast seas, while Hades was stuck with the never-ending administrative work of the deep, dark underworld.
Yeah?
He decided
Understandable.
the
So he's like,
I will give him a woman that evens it all up. Nothing like a little trafficking to fix brotherly issues.
best way to make it up to his brother and overcome his guilt, while also helping Persephone get out of her miserable surroundings.
helping. Dude, he is literally so helpful. I'll help him, I'll help her. Literally helps everybody. Why is everybody Scooby-Doo? Listen, the Greek god sounded like Scooby-Doo.
Was to pay a surprise visit to the underworld with Persephone in tow to give her over to his brother, whom he knew had a bit
To
of
give her to... Holy shit, he literally just sex trafficked Persephone. That's fucked up, bro. It's like, listen, you don't want your mother to be around? Well, easy. I will just kidnap you. I'll take you to the underworld and I'll marry you off to this big scary guy.
A crush on Persephone to be his new queen.
Let's go.
Thereby killing 2 birds with 1 stone. However, Zeus didn't consider what his impulsive actions would do. He didn't exactly let any of the Olympians know what he was doing with Persephone.
Are you kidding me? Why does everyone have to... Dude, this is literally just like every family drama. Okay, maybe not the kidnapping women and sex trafficking them to your brothers that you've wronged in the past as like a makeup gift. Maybe not that part. But the whole idea of like, so I'm going to do this and do that. I'm not going to tell anybody. All right, and then they have a kid and I'm not going to tell anybody. Dude, families, am I right?
So when she disappeared from Olympus, there was panic. Demeter.
Of course there was panic! The god just vanished! They didn't know that she was just trafficked to the underworld.
Persephone's mother took her disappearance particularly hard.
You don't say.
And left Olympus to search for her. Realizing Demeter would make hell freeze over should she find her with Hades in the underworld, which would eventually cause a war to erupt between the chthonic gods
That'd be awesome.
and the Olympians as the various members of each side rushed to aid their families. Zeus spread a rumor that a mortal had absconded with Persephone.
This man, he literally traffics her to the underworld, and then he gaslights everyone to think to something totally different to absolve himself. Bro, Zeus was like, oh my fucking god, dude.
Or that she had run off with one. Filled with rage at their supposed blasphemy.
What do you mean supposed blasphemy, Demeter? You married a mortal. Huh?
Demeter has since made mortals perish, plunging their world in a deep chill that freezes it, making harvest and cultivation impossible.
I will make every single part of the overworld look like Montreal!
And life difficult. It wasn't just the Olympians upset at Zeus's reckless behavior. Hades was upset at being put in the position he was in, and thereby cut off all contact with his brother and Olympus as a whole.
Oh, so in the lore of Hades, it's Hades that cuts off contact. Because Zeus married her off to some random dude, random lady, didn't tell anybody, and now caused this whole massive potential war to break out.
Isolating the chthonic gods from their kin above. But Persephone wasn't returned to the mountain.
Oh?
She took a fancy to the god of the underworld herself, and soon after her arrival, the two were wed. Although she had a feeling that she didn't quite belong, Persephone embraced her new role as the queen of the underworld. It was only a short time later that she became pregnant, and the House of Hades prepared itself for the impending arrival of Zagreus, a new prince. However,
this is all just wholesome. What's the problem? They could have literally just stopped all of this if Persephone had been like, hey guys, we're getting married, come to the wedding, I love him! And then everyone would have been happy, there would have been no war, no difficulty, no strife.
there was a problem.
Oh, never mind.
When Hades took over the underworld, the Fates, the beings responsible for determining the destiny of various aspects of the universe, foretold that Hades would never have an heir, since he was not originally from the underworld. This prophecy came...
Wait a second. Wait a second! So there's a prophecy that says that he would never have an heir, but he did have an heir. So why is that a problem?
Came to fruition when the child of Hades and Persephone was stillborn upon birth. The grief of the loss of her child was too much for Persephone.
He'll never have a living heir because Zagreus died when he was born. Oh.
Compounded by that feeling that she didn't belong in the underworld. And so, she left, leaving the farewell note to her husband before...
I can no longer tolerate my life in this place, so I'm leaving, even if it kills me. I will be returning to Olympus. If there's a place where I belonged in this world, it will be somewhere between heaven and hell. Perhaps it's on the coast, and has a little garden. Take care of Cerberus. I shall miss him, Persephone. Right? And she, of course... Dude. So she left. She left hell, on the underworld, because of the bad memories of her stillbirth. That she gave birth to Zagreus, and Zagreus died, because Hades could have no living heir. So is Zagreus a zombie? Is Zagreus like a... Somehow? I don't know.
For her departure. She didn't return to Olympus, not comfortable with the prospect of returning to the mountain.
So she caused all this stress everywhere just because she wanted to live and have a garden on the coast?
So instead turned to the Earth, the home of her mortal father, as the location of her new home. However, unbeknownst to Persephone, Nyx had intervened.
Oh?
She poured a ton of her power into the infant Zagreus, defying the prophecy of her daughters.
What? Wait. So it's not that he's a zombie, it's that they literally broke the prophecy. Dude, Nyx is that strong. She can defy the Fates' prophecies. I mean, I guess so, because she's the mother of the Fates. But that's crazy. Dude, Nyx is like the greatest stepmom in the history of time. Terrifyingly powerful on a level far beyond the Olympian gods. And, oh my lord.
And bringing him.
Okay, this is why everyone simps for her. I get it, chat. I get it. I get why you guys were all simping. And it's not just the art. It's also the Rule 34. Chat, shut up. It's because she's a good character, okay? Don't stop it.
Back to life. This fantastic news should have been shared with Persephone.
Yeah!
So she could come back to her family.
Yeah!
But Hades thought it better to keep the secret from her.
Why? Hades, why would you do that? The Rule 34 goes hard. Can we change the topic of discussion, please? Guys?
The main reason being that if any of the Olympians...
Nyx is the goddess of the night and the night sky. She can literally rewrite the prophecies written in the stars. Oh my god, that is insanely badass. Holy shit.
Especially Demeter, found her on the surface of the earth, it would avoid the catastrophic war that he believed would inevitably arise should she be found in the underworld. As such, he swore Nyx to secrecy as well.
That's why she said nothing either. Bro, holy crap.
Ordering her to use her power to conceal Persephone's exact location and to conceal the truth of Zagreus' true parentage from him his entire life. He should be raised believing that she was his mother.
I mean, I guess Nyx gave life to Zagreus the same way his actual mom did. I guess. It's your average polyamorous, polygamous marriage, and it works. Sometimes it just works, guys.
To ensure there would never be a slip from any of the others in the house, any reference, portrait, or otherwise of Persephone was completely removed, and even the utterance of her name in its halls carried with it a severe punishment.
Okay, so just trying to understand here, because I'm missing one detail. Like, the why be silent aspect of it. Like, I think, ultimately, I get the gimmick, I get the idea, but I feel like it would have just been so much better for literally every character involved if they would have told Zagreus who his actual mother is, actually explained shit to him, you know, went on somewhere else, told the mom that he's still alive. I feel like you could have You're right, you have to do some explaining about Nyx and the Fates and all that, but, like, isn't that ultimately going to be easier than just letting it spiral out of control? I don't know.
And so it was that Zagreus grew up in the underworld without any knowledge of his mother.
Did the Olympians ever act logically? Honestly, good point. Honestly, a very, very good point. A very good point. Can't argue with that.
Who, likewise, never knew her baby boy had survived and was living in her husband's house. Both protected by Hades, who lived in fear of a war that could tear the world apart should the truth of their stories be discovered. Learning the truth of it all, how complicated everything was, Zagreus should have taken the stance that...
I mean, I guess it's complicated, but if I was Zagreus and I heard a story like this, I would have been like, okay, but why didn't you just tell everybody then? Bro, come on, brother. Holy moly.
That his father, and even his mother, took. That this was the way things should be. It would be too risky to imagine otherwise. But Zagreus wasn't willing to accept the status quo. He was a rebel, and he was set on fixing this and repairing the family. He had to start with his mother and father, as they were central to the entire thing. Not only his...
Yeah, I mean, I feel like the major issue here is the fact that Nyx rewrote a prophecy. I mean, Zeus is scared of Nyx, right? So obviously he would not take well to this at all. Like, I think he would make it his priority to wipe Zagreus off of the map, right? Like, that's, you don't want to mess with that guy. He literally sex-trafficked Persephone down to the underworld because it would make his brother less pissed off. Like, dude is unhinged, my guy.
His own happiness, but to the reparations of relations with the Olympians and the family as a whole. He begged his mother to come back with him to the underworld, but she was hesitant to return given the risk. And since
I still don't know why there would be a risk for Persephone to go back down. Is it because Hades is married to Nyx now, so therefore Persephone wouldn't be willing to go down to the underworld? But still, even not to marry Hades, at least to go down to the underworld to be with her son, I feel like that would be worth it, would be enough. But then again, on the flip side, you have the dilemma of Demeter freezing the world because she doesn't know what happened to her daughter. I don't know, I guess I see the dilemma, but I feel like the ultimate bad decision is just stay here where she is in hiding, letting Zagreus suffer in the underworld, and letting Demeter just fry the overworld.
so much time had passed, she was sure Hades no longer loved her.
Come on! I mean, fair enough. He literally remarried. I mean, that's... I mean...
Zagreus thought that ridiculous.
Every son is like, what? No, mommy. Of course daddy still loves you. What do you mean? No, but literally he remarried. No, but he still loves you. He wrote a whole message about how he doesn't love me anymore. Still loves you, honestly. He took everything in the divorce settlement. Mommy, I'm telling you, there's no way daddy wouldn't love you anymore. Oh, no.
That Hades trying to protect her to this day, even from her own son, was evidence enough to indicate that he still loved her.
I mean, I guess. Hades is the chief gaslighter here. He gaslighted this lady into thinking her son was dead, gaslighted Zagreus into believing that he never beat him in a fight.
But that wasn't enough. He would need more. So upon his next return to the house, Zagreus persuaded Achilles to let him into his father's room. Sure, he could find something that showed Hades still loved.
Right, Achilles... It's interesting that Achilles is here. I mean, right, every time anyone dies, they end up in the underworld. So, of course, Achilles is here. Achilles was a hero. He was a demigod. He died in an actual battle. He bathed in the river Styx to gain immortality and invincibility. And you have to pick one spot on your body that actually remains weak. And he picked his Achilles heel, and he got killed there, right? So so Achilles died and he became in the underworld, but I guess he was a really good warrior, so Hades appointed him as like a guard to his room. But little did he know, he was just like, hey boy, you don't pick. That just happens to be the weak spot, whatever it is.
Persephone. He found it at Hades' bedside, a beautiful portrait of Persephone that had never left the nightstand it rested on in all the years since her departure.
Oh my god, he really does love her.
Zagreus...
Dude, I think Hades is the most interesting character in the... I mean, I guess it's ironic that the story named Hades, who's not the main character, is in fact the most interesting character. Like, I feel like all of his decisions were kind of selfless. Like, in a wild way, every single one of these characters are just acting selfishly. Except for Hades. And Nyx, I guess.
Rushed off to inform his mother. Yet, by the time he succumbed to the power of the surface, she was still skeptical of returning.
Bro! He had to run through the whole underworld, come out here and tell her, listen, he really does still love you. And she's like, I don't know. And then he dies because he was exposed too much. Come on, lady. Decide faster.
Entirely sure going back would be a good idea. Zagreus was determined to convince her no matter how long it took, and made another trek up to see her. On this journey, when he met his father on the surface outside the temple...
Wait, does he bump into Hades every single time on the surface on the way out to visit his mom? Does he literally have to bump into him and beef his way past him every single time? Yes? Oh my god, are you kidding me? Dude, and she's not willing to just have a conversation with him. At least go down there to talk to the kid. So it doesn't have to do this every time. Bro, roguelike games, am I right?
Styx, Hades finally freely let him go to Persephone.
Oh?
Worn down by the fierce determination from his unambitious son.
Dude, I love that the respawning is actual lore in this world. I think that's awesome.
and he wasn't the only one Zagreus' attitude had affected. When Zagreus came upon his mother,
Zagreus was so inspiring that not only was he starting to convince his mother, he was starting to convince his father too. He was starting to convince Hades that maybe he could let her back in, that maybe he could change his tune.
He found that she was all packed up, ready to go with him to the underworld.
Oh,
ready
baby!
to return to her husband.
Just kill yourself. He'll revive down there. I don't mean that as the insult. I don't mean that as the low-tier god kill yourself. I mean just like for, save time.
Her mind changed by Zagreus' insistence. Charon met them there on the surface and ferried them back through the various realms of the underworld on the river Styx, where they met Hades in the garden before the great house.
Right, so the river goes all the way up to the temple of Styx. There he is. There he is. He's just standing there waiting. Bro, someone with a foot fetish is really losing it looking at this guy. I'm just saying.
No reckoning.
Dude has hobbit feet. What is going on?
That was a long time coming. Hades apologized.
Persephone, I had no riz, and now I have no bitches.
To Persephone for hiding the truth from her, and to Zagreus for treating him so harshly his whole life.
Damn.
Which, both.
Dude, actual character development. Like, it is such an inspiring story, right? It's the idea that Zagreus, despite the fact that he was lied to his whole life and gaslighted his entire existence, by the fact that he wants the truth to be known, he is willing to fight again and again and again against the denizens of hell, escaping the underworld again and again and again. Every time he escapes, he dies and has to literally go through it again. He competed in a roguelike game, god damn it, going through hell again and again and again. It just inspired everyone. People started realizing, not that he was right all along, but realizing just by his persistence that they should try harder too. It's like, sometimes better than trying to change somebody's mind, it's like, you should work harder. You know, sometimes you working hard is more of an inspiration to get someone else to work hard than to just tell them to work hard. Lead by example. Be the change you want to see in the world. And that's really how Zagreus convinced them. That's kind of wholesome. That's a really good, like, moral.
Accepted. Ready to put everything behind.
And also, I like that the constant respawning in this game is actually part of the canon, right? Because he dies, he reappears in the river Styx. So it's actually part of the canon, and he is trying again and again and again. If you spent 100 hours playing Hades, then Zagreus spent 100 hours trying to get out of the underworld. So obviously that's going to be inspiring to his dad, who thinks that he's just some deadbeat, lazy, no-do-nothing son.
Behind them now that Persephone had returned. And so, the family of the underworld was finally reunited and together and happy.
Wait, what happened to Nyx? Bro, Nyx just got NTR'd. Brother! No! They just ditched her! Oh my god. Literally the best character in the entire story. And they're like, I don't think so. She painted it? No! She was sitting on the Sneeko chair on the corner of the hotel room. Just sitting there. You know, every hotel room has a Sneeko chair, bro. No! It's so amazing. You just look up Sneeko chair on Google Images and you get this now. Every hotel got the Sneeko chair. Bro, no. And here you got Nyx. Nyx just sitting here at the Sneeko chair, you know, painting this portrait. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh my god, dude. When you climb in the grass while he pounds her sweet ass, when you're watching the clock, when she takes his fat cock,
to the joy of all those that called the domain home.
Except for Nyx.
However,
there it is.
There was still the matter of the Olympians to settle. In the aftermath of the reunion, Hades had asked Zagreus to continue trying to escape from the underworld, as it would allow for improved security of the realm, as well as keep up the illusion that he was trying to escape to Mount Olympus to the gods that resided there.
Why do they? I mean, obviously they want him to escape because they want to know the truth. But why is it so difficult? Zeus was able to fly down here, no problemo. Literally just zoop, and he came down here, and he even sex trafficked Persephone down here. All right, like it was literally that easy for him. If there's like this whole thing where they want to know the truth, they want to know the secrets, they want Zagreus out, they want to get to meet this, this grandkid of the son of an Olympian that they never knew existed until now. If they wanted to meet him, brother, You could have just gone down there yourself. Maybe not Zeus or Hermes. One of those guys. They fly. They're fast. Hermes is the only one who can come and go, so send him! What do you do? Invading Hades' property means war? Oh, is that a thing? Oh, right, because he closed down his domain. Right, yeah.
The family needed time to figure out a
Zeus is busy banging a sheep or something.
I would, but I'm just busy.
way to settle matters with them. Something Persephone wanted to handle. And after some time, she came up with a plan. First, Zagreus was going to have to get close with the Olympians, raising his affinity with most.
Dude, the art style. Whoa! Okay, I paused it by accident. I meant to pause it on the last one, but damn. Aphrodite is like a JoJo character mixed with records of Ragnarok character. Look at this.
Most of the ones that had been helping
God
him.
damn.
Specifically, at least.
Oh shit, Ares looks sick.
Raising his affinity with most of the ones that had been helping him. Specifically,
Oh dude, Ares looks insane. Look at that.
at least 6 of.
Dude, I love how they look like JoJo characters. I'm sorry, I just can't unsee it.
With
like, tell me that
most
this
of the ones that had been
this
helping
isn't a stand user. If this isn't a stand user, I don't know
him.
who is.
Specific.
He even has like the douchebag hair, you know, like the average douchebag Kakyoin hair over here on the side of his head.
At least 6 of the
Damn, I wish he was me.
9 to the highest it could be by giving them nectar, completing their favor, and gifting them ambrosia.
Dude, this game is really long. Oh my god.
Outside of Demeter, who only needed to be gifted nectar.
She's easy to bribe, you know. Women, am I right?
After that, Persephone had her son personally deliver invitations to the Olympians to a feast they would be hosting in the underworld.
I guess he removed his ban. He's letting people down here. I guess that's what it's all about.
She had decided
Apparently JoJo Part 7 is in production. Please tell me that that's not a joke.
that honesty, well, mostly honesty, was really the best policy of explaining everything to them. And
Listen, honesty is the best policy, so we'll explain everything. Except for the fact that it was a stillbirth, the sun died, Nyx showed up, defied the fates, rearranged the stars, broke a prophecy, and brought him back to life. Aside from that, we are going to be honest about everything. Yes.
getting them on board. Trusting in his mother, Zagreus did as he asked, delivering the invitations, and
I'll explain everything. It's Zeus's fault.
despite the annoyance Hades felt about accommodating his family in his house.
Oh, real, am I right? Oh, man, accommodating your family? Oh, bro, just kill me, am I right, guys? Oh. I think my brother's watching this stream right now. That's why I went on this little tangent.
Everyone prepared for the impending family reunion.
Yeah.
When all the gods were gathered together, Persephone, who was long thought lost to the Olympians, revealed herself to everyone.
Wait, why was
And fed them-
Persephone lost? Dude, there is so much lore in this game. Like, the fact that they went to go for character arcs for, like, half the Olympians, that's insane. Dude, I'm pretty sure Persephone's like a, Persephone was hidden by Nyx. Apparently Persephone has like a big role in Hades, too.
them a concocted story of half-truths to explain her absence and the actions
Dude,
of
literally everyone's like, let's have a family gathering. It's been so long. We'll all get together, and we will literally just tell each other the truth of what's going on. And everyone's like, yes. And everyone lies. Everyone comes with a fake story. Every single one of them. Average family reunion. Am I right?
of her son. At its conclusion, Zeus, who knew part of the truth, broke the tension
Sure.
by laughing aloud and welcoming them back to the family,
Hey.
thus ending the prospect of war that had always hung over the
Hey.
heads of everyone that knew the truth.
That's wholesome.
Just as the
For
night
now!
ended, Hades and Zeus grasped each other's hands.
Bro! Oh my god! Look at these absolute giga chads. Wait, hold on. You know exactly what I'm about to do. This is such an This is so iconic. Dude, tell me. Oh my god. Why are you showing the same picture? It's the same picture. Bro, it's the same picture. Literally the same picture. Oh my god, bro. I don't know what it is about just massive buff people shaking each other's hands that just makes me feel in a certain way.
A symbol of the restored strength of the family.
Hey.
Yet,
Dude, his mustache is awesome.
Zagreus couldn't
My
help
God.
but feel dishonest about the story given to the Olympians.
Couldn't help but feel dishonest. Well, because it was a complete lie, that is.
Whether it was called half-truths or just straight-up lies, it made him feel wrong. But Persephone was able to put his feelings...
Morals? Morals? Please, you're a Greek god. You shouldn't have any of those, says Zeus as he walks away from behind the sheep.
at ease by explaining the real purpose of the entire thing. It wasn't so much to give them a factual explanation as it was to extend an olive branch to the family to a...
I love moms. It's like, listen, the reason why we lied to them was because the goal was never giving them the facts. Duh. It was to maintain a facade of friendship. Yes, okay. Thank you, Mom. Dude, look at this messed up family. Oh my God. It's like they got the family dynamics of literally every family just to a point. Oh my God. I went into this expecting like some path of self-discovery, internal thingo arc. I thought that would be the main philosophical story that Hades was telling. But no, it's just all about, you know, different family situations and family dramas and unnecessary family complications. The video author didn't mention how Zagreus banged his stepbrother Thanatos. I guess he couldn't include everything in the video, okay?
Agreed to move on from the past despite the mistakes that had been made and the pain they may have caused.
Classic Zagreus.
It was about being honest with their actions rather than their words. And it worked.
I love this! This is like the mom gaslighting. Every mom goes through this phase. It's like, but Mommy, didn't we lie? Listen, we were honest with our actions, not with our words. Okay, Mommy! Like everyone secretly hates each other, and everyone's keeping lies. And then the kid says to the mom, but Mommy, you told me that you're not allowed to lie. Oh, but I didn't lie with my actions though, did I? Did I? Okay, all right. You know, that makes sense, Mom. Has to come up with some half-assed excuse as to why they did something wrong. But Mommy, you said stealing was bad. Yes, but stealing is only bad if it's not stealing from the government, okay? They're not humans, they're bureaucrats. I don't respect them.
Now, Hades and Persephone's relationship could be out in the open. Zagreus' parentage no longer had to remain a secret. And the family as a whole was reunited, with everyone being stronger and happier together. After all, they were stuck with each other, so why not make things as good as they can be?
Honestly true. And also, family is great. I know I'm making all these jokes because obviously every family does have issues, but family is great. Family is there for you. I mean, some of them are going to try to kill you. Some of them are probably going to try to betray you. Some of them are going to be jealous and... Damn. But anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is, the point that I'm trying to make is that family really is there for you. You know, ultimately your family's gonna be your family forever, no matter what. And, I'm grateful for the family that I have, good relationships and stuff. It's the best and worst things ever. It's like a family. But, like, the irony is, like, you look at the Bible, right? For example, you look at the Bible. Dude, there is not one healthy sibling relationship for, like, the entire book of Genesis. Right? Dude, you have Cain that kills Abel, okay? You have, Abraham, who wasn't friendly with his brother because, you know, his brother was put into the furnace and stuff like that. You have Isaac, okay, who did not get along well with, Ishmael. You have, Jacob, who did not get along with his brother. No. He came at him with 400 men to try to kill him. No, sir. And then you have Joseph, who got sold into slavery by his brothers. It's like, family's difficult, okay? Family's tough.
With the lesson setting his heart at rest, Zagreus set off to test the defenses of the underworld once more, bringing the magnificent story of Hades to an end.
That was a great story. God damn, I did not expect it to be like an actual story.
You know, I was actually surprised how similar it was to the actual Greek legend of the abduction of Persephone.
Yes, but the whole Zagreus part of it was not there at all. And also, Persephone was the granddaughter of Zeus, which is a big difference. No, or the daughter of Zeus. No, the daughter of Zeus. Persephone is the daughter of Zeus and Demeter in Greek mythology. So, Hades abducted his niece and married her. Okay? That's a lot worse!
I've only read a Wikipedia article on it, but it
Well, I mean, that's just research in the year 2024.
carries many of the same major beats. Zeus allowing Hades and Persephone to be together, Demeter being upset at her daughter's disappearance.
Well, I mean, the major difference is the reason why Zeus was unwilling to tell... See, in Hades, Zeus doesn't want to tell anyone the truth about where Persephone was, because realistically, he just sent her to Hades in order to kind of make Hades feel better, and so she can get away from her mom. That's the plot of Hades, right? But the plot of the actual mythology is... It's his own daughter! No, duh! He didn't want to tell Demeter that he gave his own daughter to Hades? No, duh! I don't know, man.
And even pomegranate seeds are mentioned as a reason Persephone stays in the underworld in both stories.
True. I mean, she's defined by the pomegranate. Pomegranate's like her holy fruit or whatever.
If anything, I think it's a testament to how talented and superb the team at Supergiant Games is.
They did a fantastic job with this story. My God, it looks beautiful too. The character beats are fantastic.
They were able to take that legend, make it their own, and make it accessible to so many people that wouldn't have heard the story otherwise. And the fact that it's not only the superb gameplay of the game that keeps pulling us back to play through it multiple times, but the telling of the story too is incredibly commendable. It's not just the main story that gets told this way either. There are many other side quests and other
Atrocious.
characters that have stories of their own that I
don't know this guy.
get
Never
to
heard
talk
of him.
about here. So I definitely recommend playing the game to see how those stories unfold. Plus,
And then everyone in chat's like,
Oh, yeah, it's the time that he had sex with his stepbrother. Oh, yeah.
the game does a better job of telling its story than I ever could. Everything together, the characters, the gameplay, the design, the music, it all creates a great, unforgettable package that deserves every ounce of praise it got.
dude.
And Hades definitely deserves a place on a figurative video game Mount Olympus, where the upper
Hey,
echelons of the
hey.
video game pantheon reside.
Hey.
But that'll be it
respect.
for this one. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Yeah, that was a good video. You did a really good job. Oh! I don't know why that happened. But yeah, that was a really good video. Squanch Games! That was a squanchin' good video you did there. I squanch my children. That sounds wrong. But anyway, that was a really good video. Definitely check out the original. He put his soul into it. Let me know if you want me to do a lore dive into Hades 2, because Hades 2 just came out. Hades 2 just came out, and I will do a lore dive there if I have to. Apparently, we got a whole weird Aphrodite arc, which everyone on Twitter is losing their mind. It's like, a breast in a video game. Oh, the humanity. Right. So anyway, everyone have a wonderful day out there. Take it easy. Let me know more lore you want me to do. This one was requested by a lot of people because Hades 2 just came out. So thank you for being here.
Subscribe. Stay weird, man. Bye.
If you made it to the end, click one of these two videos, which also will definitely get me canceled. See you live on King. Stay weird, fam.